Friday, Ron White, legendary comedian, will be in Fort Wayne at the Embassy Theater. And right now, he's on the phone to talk to us this morning. Ron White, how are you? How you doing?
I feel like 100 pesos. How are you guys?
Is that tequila factories down in Mexico?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about what's going to happen with import regulations and taxes coming out of Mexico, but the tequila's great, and we drink all we can and sell the rest. So,
holy cow! You got to actually watch the financial news now with all the trade stuff going on, don't you?
I know, and I hate it. I hate it. I never wanted to be anybody's boss, and I never wanted to be. I just wanted to sit around and smoke pot and watch cartoons, and that was my whole life planned out in front of me, and. Now I've got a bunch of employees and a bunch of stuff I got to go do.
How often are you on the road now? You're not on the road every single day, are you?
Well, not every single day, but I'll give you an example. 2 weeks ago I was in Bangor, Maine, so I had to fly red-eye to Boston out of L.A. and then have a plane waiting for me to take me up to Bangor, and I was able to get there 30 minutes before the showtime.
Whoa.
I do 110 of those a year, 110 cities. And then I live in Los Angeles, and when I'm at home, like I am tonight, I'll do 5 sets tonight. I'll do Improv, the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, and the Laugh Factory. The Comedy Store's got 3 rooms, so I'll do stand up all night, just doing short sets, working on stuff.
Man, I was going to ask, but I think you just answered it. I mean, the fact that you're an author and an actor and a stand up, and now a business guy. Is there one of those that's your favorite? But
it's only stand-up.
Yep.
The rest of it is just other stuff I do. All my whatever fame I have all comes straight from stand-up, not from television, and that makes it a pretty unique career. In that most of the people that you've heard of in stand-up, you know them from a television show or some other thing. And but my fans are just stand-up comedy fans, and.
Yep.
And that means a lot to me, and they still come out, and I still work really hard on the show, so I don't disappoint them when they do come out.
Who's your favorite stand-up comedian right now?
Well, it's got to be me.
I mean, that's my favorite too, but outside of you,
I don't look at it that way. I mean, the comedy is really in good shape right now, and there's a lot of young stars that are doing great with Sebastian Maniscalco and Ali Wong, and I see them almost every night. We're all in town during the week doing sets because we're all working on stuff. So the Comedy Store is where I hang out the most. I go down and do sets at the other clubs, but you see everybody down there, doing the same thing you are, and it's a pretty tight-knit, community. It's a very, very small subculture.
Now, Ron, you put a phrase into the American vernacular, "You can't fix stupid," that I hear now all the time.
Right.
It's part of our lexicon.
in fact, I just used it against a really poopy neighbor of ours not too long ago.
Yeah. So it's being used all the time, all over the country. You can't fix stupid. People say it all the time. How did that come about? Is there a story behind the way that first started?
There is. It's kind of a boring story, but I was building this big house that my fans bought me, and it was a really big house, and I was trying to prove people I could buy a big house. I don't know what I was trying to prove. I don't own the house anymore, but it had 5 bedrooms on the top floor, and they were all cut into a roof line. And they all had bathrooms, and all the showers were different because of the way they just met the roof line. So the guy come out there to install the showers, and the heights were all wrong. And I said, "You didn't measure the heights when you were out here?" "No." He goes, "No, we just measure the width." I'm like, "The name of the company is Custom Shower Door." He goes, "Yeah, but unless we have somebody there to tell us to measure how high it is, we just measure how wide it is." He goes, "Don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow." And I go, "Well, I am worried because you can't fix stupid." And I'm like, and then I called my agent and I said, "I just found the name of the new record and the bumper stickers and T-shirts, so you guys can relax."
Wow, very cool. See, it's stuff like that I love those stories. Yeah. You know how something, and now it's part of the way we speak.
I was on a train one time with my son, and we were going from Madrid to Barcelona. And I knew this couple next to me recognized me, but they didn't say anything. And they were American because nobody knows who I am over there. And afterwards, the lady said, I'm an English teacher, and we use your writing as an example of parallelisms in the English language, and I have no idea what she's talking about. I have a 10th grade high school education before I was booted. And I said, well, could you give me an example of that? And she said, yeah, it's really where you change one word in a sentence and it changes the meaning completely. And I said, okay, what did I write? And she goes, it isn't that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing. I'm like, well, I had no idea that's what I had done, but I'm glad I could help.
See, you're helping educate our youth too, Ron. Isn't that great?
That's a real surprise, too. I never thought I would be helping out with that.
The Ron-tourage has taken over.
Yeah, I know it has.
So you're going to be here Friday. We want to remind people, Ron White, Embassy Theater, Friday night. Tickets available at Embassy Theater box office or at tatersalad.com. And tell us about the show. What are you going to talk about? Do you talk politics at all, or you kind of avoid that area?
No, I avoid it like the plague, which it is. My fans are almost dead split. And even during the election, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go entertain them. The country was, just so distraught with tension. And I'm like, I think what they really just laugh. So why don't you, when they come to your show, why don't you just gut them and leave them laying on the pier like a catfish? And I don't know if that's exactly what I thought or not, but just entertain them.
Yeah.
Go up there and be funny like you always are, and that's what made your career last as long as it has. And I wasn't a political humorist before that started, so why become one now? It's low-hanging fruit,
Right, there you go.
Right. And and you've seen you've seen what happens to other people too when they delve into that area.
Well, yeah, you're really just going to, you're going to make half your fans mad, and that's stupid. I mean, you can't fix stupid, so I'm not stupid. But I see other comics do it. I'm like, well, why do you choose that road? I wonder, because that's not what we're here for. We're here just to, you can make people think if you want to, and then I do a little bit, but but for the most part, I just want to gut them. That's the joy I get out of it, is going on stage and making people laugh as hard as they can physically laugh for as long as I want to do it, and so that's the joy of it, and that's what I'm going to do in Fort Wayne on Friday night.
Right.
We cannot wait to see you and drink your tequila.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's available all over.
Very good, Ron. Well, we're excited to have you in Fort Wayne again. Again, it's the Embassy Theater Friday night. Some tickets are still available, but don't wait. Go to the Embassy box office or tatersalad.com and pick them up. Ron, we can't wait to see you. Thanks for talking to us today.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on your fine radio show this morning.
They make a great trio, like the Three Musketeers. Only without the tights. Jim, Carrey, and Angie on Classic Hits 101.7.